Hello, welcome to HCC Movie Makers Academy Movie Reviews. I'm Erik, Calderon.
And I'm Trey, Dixon, and the two of us just saw As Above, So Below. As Above, So Below is the new found-footage horror film from director John Erik Dowdle. It stars Perdita Weeks, Ben Feldman, and Francois Civil. The story centers around a group of explorers who venture deep into the Parisian catacombs in hopes of discovering the fabled Philosopher's Stone. After experiencing a series of bizarre events and shifting through a maze of bones, the group uncovers a dark realm that threatens to claim their very souls.
The film was filmed in Paris, France, and I believe it was digital. There's not very much information on IMDb on this film. Like the budget, it's probably guessing around $5 to $10 million, made $10 million on the first weekend. And the film was shot in Paris, actually shot in the catacombs, and it's very interesting to hear some of the documentaries on how the film was shot and how it was very hard to fit all the equipment and all the crew in those really small spaces in the catacombs. But I really enjoyed that film. I mean, it was really interesting. The cinematography was cool. I personally hate horror films, but I kind of like this one. If you took out the horror stuff, it'd be even better. But I did like it. What do you think, Trey?
Well, there were a few good things in this movie. There were some creepy sequences, but what you have here is your classic case of a found footage horror film that didn't need to be found footage. This movie had a very insultingly stupid opening act, and it was all due to the fact that it was shot using that found footage formula. There's a sequence at the very beginning where there's two characters in a clock tower. She's up on a banister and she's talking down to him. He's on a staircase below her, and it's a two-shot that's back and forth, coming from an upward angle on her looking down at him, then cutting to an over the shoulder of her looking down at him. But in the context of the movie, there's only one camera. So what is the guy filming this documentary style like movie doing in between the spaces where they're saying something? Is he saying, okay, stop, now let me go over behind her shoulder so I can get you saying something? It's like really stupid. But if you were to look at this movie from a narrative aspect and just focus on the story that was being told, it's not particularly original. We've seen this kind of concept before in movies like The Descent and Gary Sherman's Deathline, but it wouldn't have been horribly insulting to the intelligence if it had just been a straight horror film. Anyway, what would you give this movie on a scale of 1 to 10?
I would say probably like about an 8.
Okay, all right. So that's
for horror films that I don't like. On a scale for horror films, if I'm comparing it to a non-horror film, then I would give it a much lower number. But I'm just saying the experience that I got, I went there, I enjoyed kind of watching the film in the screen in the theater. The theater was empty. I mean, I remember when we went to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I went on a Sunday night at the latest show, and the theater was packed. So obviously, this one is going to have some trouble making money.
Guardians of the Galaxy is
still packed.
Is really taking names. It's really doing very well.
And it's also doing very well because if you look at the movies that are coming out right now, there's nothing to compete against. They have nothing.
Certainly not this. Can't compete to this.
We love films. If you love films, please visit the Houston Community College Filmmaking Program. Take a class. Visit the website at www.hccs.edu or call Erik Nitzberg at the number listed below.
Please subscribe to us on YouTube. We're very lonely. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day.
You can go.